Timue clearly has a lot of cancer. That's because the swamp has infected her. But she, in turn, also has lived a really long time. And there's a side quest involving a man that's literally growing in the swamp like he's anchored. He put down roots. And there are other people who've been sick with this swamp sickness who also were worried that their friends have put down roots in the same way. Timue, as a witch, is clearly both affected by this infection and it's kept at bay by her relationship with the swamp. But she also clearly blames the swamp a little bit for this. Is she gonna yell at us now? So many quests. So let's open with tell me about the swamp.
The swamp is always watching. It knows why you've come. It knows each and every bone that has sunk to the bottom of the black mud since time began. It sees all and more. And its wisdom grows with every fool who makes a pact with the tree.
Can you tell me about this crimson herb?
Oh, you shouldn't be touching things like this. Do you even know what this is? Unbelievable. Do you have no sense?
I said.
Perhaps you didn't recognize it. Most don't bother to consider how someone like me becomes like this. Not until it's too late. It's easier to think it a punishment for some imagined problem or some other such nonsense. Those who believe that do so for their own comfort. To distance themselves. To say that this could never happen to them. But we are all just one little thing. One moment. One little red sprig away from harm. Remember that. And you will always have compassion.
So we're just gonna do all the turn-ins because we kept finding things of hers. Do you want this vial of curious venom?
What is it now? A curious kind of venom from the Nangari. I see. You know, this is their place. We all came here from elsewhere. But not them. No. Even I don't know how long they've been here. Or how they came to be. This venom is clear. Because the Nangari it came from is about to begin molting. Or at least it was, I assume. You must have killed it. Yes. Of course. Perhaps the season of molt will begin soon. It's said to be lucky to keep some in your house. But it's only lucky if it's not full of parasites. That's what I always say.
And so if you want to learn where the Nangari came from, there is a quest in Kurast, right next to the Alchemist. And entertainingly, he's the same mage who you start the Sorcerer class quest at level 15 with. I had gone to look for him on my new Sorcerer, and he wasn't there, but I think they fixed it because I've since seen him there on this character. And you had found a doll out in the world. Timue, why does this doll look like you?
What is that? An effigy? Come over. Let me see it. Uh-huh. This is just an ordinary doll. Why didn't you say so? Well, it should look like me. It is me. I made this for someone. A child. Long ago. My child, perhaps? Yes. It was my child's. And she had one just like it that looked just like her too. Fitting that this one has been carried back to me by the swamp after all this time. Maybe someday it will bring her back too.
And it's supposed to be open-ended whether or not Thaisa is her child or just someone she mentored. But that quest, to me, makes it sound like that's not Thaisa, because the only doll in Thaisa's home is a rabbit. With a T embroidered on its ear.